Hey, welcome back to my channel. This is Chef Carl from Cooking and Grilling with Carl, and in this video I'm making for you a pan-seared pork loin recipe right after this. Alright, for the ingredients we have butter, a boneless pork loin, kosher salt, fresh cracked black pepper, sugar, Dijon mustard, heavy cream, worcestershire sauce, chicken bouillon, olive oil, shallots, sage, and thyme. Alright, the first thing you want to do is put a little water in a pot, maybe about a quart. Put it on the stove. Just going to bring it up to a simmer. And here I'm adding in some salt. In there I'm adding in some sugar. Alright, so I did about a cup of each. Add in a splash of worcestershire sauce and some fresh herbs, my sage, thyme, and rosemary. And I'm just going to stir everything up, and I'm just going to let it simmer until everything is melted. So now I'm just putting in some ice just to cool it down so I can get it ready to put my my pork in there. So basically what I'm doing, I'm making a brining liquid to put my pork in. That's going to give it more flavor, and that's also going to make it really juicy and tender. And you can do this with chicken, you can do this with veal, and other types of pork. So here I'm just adding water, so that way when I put my pork in, it will be totally submerged. So now I'm going to take my pork and put it in the fridge overnight. So now it's the next day, and taking my pork out the brine. Alright, so here I'm just doing a little prep. I'm chopping up my shallots. I'm going to chop up some parsley, some scallions. And I'm also going to get some asparagus ready to go with the pork. And while you're at it, if you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, but it definitely supports the channel and helps me out. I definitely appreciate it. So I let my pork dry a little bit, and now I'm just going to cut my portions. Just cutting nice 1-inch thick chops. And here I am seasoning them up. Little cracked black pepper. Little bit of kosher salt. And of course I'm seasoning on both sides. Alright, in the preheated cast iron pan, I'm adding some olive oil. I'm gonna let that get up to temperature till it's pretty much smoking, and then I'm gonna go in with my pork chops. So you don't want to keep turning them. I'm gonna let them sit until you start seeing the bottom edges start to turn brown. And that way you know that you got a nice sear on that side. So I flipped them. As you can see, I got a really nice sear on that side and got a nice sear on the other side, on both sides. So now I'm just turning them over. And here I'm just removing them from the pan because now I'm getting ready to make my sauce. And I'm going to throw my pork chops in a preheated 400-degree oven for a few minutes. All right, here I'm going in with my shallots and my scallions. Just let those cook until they get translucent and brown. Going back in with my pork chops. Now I'm going over my herbs, my sage, thyme, and rosemary, and some butter. So once that butter melts, I'm going to start basting my pork chops. So that butter, that's going to add nice flavor. It's going to make them really juicy. It's going to keep them from getting dry. And with the herbs sitting in the butter, you're going to get some of that flavor as well. You can do the same thing. You can follow the same method if you're cooking like a New York strip steak or a ribeye steak. Alright, so here I'm just putting my herbs on top of the pork chop, and I'm going to go back into the oven for a couple minutes. Alright, here I'm deglazing the pan with some chicken broth. And I'm going to let that reduce by half. And now I'm going in with my heavy cream. And I let that reduce. Now I'm going in with some Dijon mustard, a little bit of cracked black pepper, and just going to whisk everything together till it comes out nice and smooth and all the flavors are blended together. Splash of worcestershire sauce and stir everything together. And then finish it with some butter. That's going to thicken up the sauce and make it nice and creamy. Now at this point you can taste your sauce, and if you want a little bit more mustard flavor, you can taste it. You can add a little bit more mustard. If you wanted a little bit more less mustard flavor, then put less mustard and more cream. Alright, so there you go. Here's the seared pork chops fresh out the oven. Yeah, so definitely give this recipe a try. You know, come back and put in the comments. Let me know how it came out. You know, great recipe when you got family coming over or a date night, or, you know, if you just want a really delicious dinner. And here I'm serving it with some mashed potatoes, and I'm going to do some asparagus. So that's pretty much the whole recipe right there. I just want to thank you again for checking out another one of my videos, Cooking and Grilling with Carl. Definitely check me out on social media at Cooking and Grilling with Carl on Facebook and Instagram, and also TikTok. I'm trying to get my TikTok going, but Instagram and Facebook is definitely up. All right, you can join my Facebook group, Cooking and Grilling with Carl. And also, you know, subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. Definitely share the videos if you want to, you know, support the channel, and hit that thumbs up. On that note, I say God bless. Thank you for coming and checking out another one of my videos. Yeah, also I have other videos on this channel that you can check out. On that note, God bless. Peace.